What's up, everyone? Let's Talk Jets Radio. I have no idea where the hell anybody is. No idea where Tyson is. No idea where Tyrone is. First, he was running late. Then he was parking his car 10 minutes ago, said it was going to be 5 minutes. I have no idea where he is. Link is posted in the chat if you guys want to join me. This is your show tonight. This is what Tuesday is about. It's about letting you guys sound off. So if you guys want to join, feel free to hop on. Otherwise, this is going to be a very quick show. I do not have much more to add from what I said last night. Pretty miserable game, to be honest with you. I'm starting to feel a little bit more optimistic. Again, it's part of the process. We're only 2 games in. We've seen plenty of other great quarterbacks have bad games like this before. So I'm not going to overreact too much. Not going to make any definitive statements. But if you guys want to hop on, the link is in the chat. Otherwise, this will be a very quick stream because I have no clue where the hell anybody is. All right, so we'll say what's up to the chat. What's up, Vinny? What's up, Jack? Not going to get into all the Sam Darnold stuff tonight. No energy for it. I'm just going to say that I have no ill will towards him. He's playing well. Complimenting him for playing well doesn't mean, it's a knock on Zach Wilson or a knock on Joe Douglas, although it could be a knock on Joe Douglas, I guess. But good for him. He's playing well. Don't need to talk about him, though. What up, Nick? The link is posted again. Yeah, Shaq, where you been, man? I haven't seen you in a while. People miss you, man. Usually after games like this, you have some pretty good rants. So, what's up, Darren? What's up, Steve? I'm solo, man. They got me out here in the trenches taking grenades. Nothing I can do. But again, this is your show. Tuesdays for you guys calling in. So, like I said, I've got nothing to add from what I said the last 2 days. It was a shitty game, but part of the process. You hope that they regroup. You hope that they watch the film. They figure out what they did wrong. In particular, Wilson, learns to, just take what the defense gives him, play smart football. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, what's up, John? Yeah, we need Afram right now. He'll bring some calmness back. I was looking forward to Afram tonight, actually. Yeah, Jake, I'm solo right now, man. I have no clue where anybody is. Tyrone was initially going to be here by 8:30, then 9 o'clock, then 9:05, 9:15 now. No idea. What's up, Raf? Appreciate the support, man. Hey, good for Darnold. If he goes 3-0, so be it. He's playing with some talent around him. He finally deserves that. So no ill will. Yeah, everybody wants to know what was in those Jello shots. That shit was good. Yeah, if Jake wants to call in, he can hop right on. It'll be better by week 7. So we got to go through 6 more weeks of this shit. We can't get it figured out by next week. Again, I'm not even asking for wins. I just want some competitive football. I just want some touchdowns. Let the offense play good. That's all I want. Rangers missed the playoffs. Again? I feel like they should be ready to take a leap this year. I don't know. Still a very young team, though. That's an organization that I can embrace the process with because I feel like, the pieces were in place to kind of get it right. They had a history of winning for a while. I feel like they did it the right way until they fired everybody. We need the sleeveless hoodies, man. I'm trying to figure out a way to make it happen, but I definitely want the sleeveless hoodies. I already spilled. First sip. This is going to be a shit show. Watching the film. We got Zach Wilson in the chat. Now, this should be good. Him and Sam going back and forth. That should be fun. Hold on. There's a good one up here. Chat's moving fast. Holy shit. Now I see what Tyson deals with. Why did the Jets only have 5 wide receivers active? Well, that's a good question. And I guess according to Coach Saleh, you don't really need Denzel Mims when, he doesn't really contribute much on special teams, or if they're looking at, Jeff Smith being your gunner. And I guess they view Berrios and Smith as being better route runners, and Keelan Cole's ahead of them too. So tough to explain, man. We've been saying it for the past couple of weeks. There's got to be something else kind of going on behind the scenes. Otherwise, it makes no sense why the coaching staff wouldn't want to try to maximize Denzel Mims' ability as far as what he could do well as a deep threat, as a big body. Oh, look who's ready to join the stream.
What's up, OG? Yo.
You see what time it is?
Yes, sir. Yo, and I told you earlier, bro, listen. You know what I do?
What time?
It's
What time's it right
9:17,
now?
sir. It's
9:17.
9:17.
What time do we start?
Tonight was 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock, right? So
Yes,
that means you're 17 minutes late.
sir. Can I, sir? You know what I do for a
17
living,
minutes
man.
late, motherfucker.
Listen, you know what I do for a living. What I do for a
I
living
know what you. I know
has
what you
no
do. I can't give you shit.
concerns. From other, you know what I'm
I
saying?
know. I
Like,
can't give you
yo,
shit.
listen. I picked up
The
today,
chat's
bro.
gonna give you shit, but I
I
can't give
mean,
you shit.
listen. The chat can do whatever they need to do, bro. I
Yeah,
picked. I took me 5 hours to get loaded, bro, for a half a trailer, bro. 5 hours, bro. 5 hours to load a
crazy
half a
man.
trailer. No shit.
So the big question: how are you feeling today? A little bit more optimistic today. You starting to look past Sunday and look forward to next week a little bit, or
I
still
mean,
down?
listen, man. I'm a Jet fan, so at the end of the day, man, I'm always gonna believe. I mean, I still feel the same way I feel. Like I think that we're gonna have our ups and downs. So, about G, we have our ups and downs, but it's gonna be a long season, man. Like, I never want to see a performance like that again. I never want to see our. I don't want to see our rookie quarterback, throw 4 interceptions, and I don't want to see our coach allow that to happen.
Yep.
But Denver's a tough team, bro. They're a good team. They're 2-0. They got a quarterback who doesn't turn the ball over. They got a good defense. So I mean, like everything improved with our quarterback. I think he'll play better this week. You know what I'm saying? I don't feed into all the stuff that everyone's saying that the moment was too big for him. I think he tried too hard. I think he tried to go out and really push the ball. Do make plays. I mean, but just watching the highlights again, man, it's like bad throws, man. So. That's just bad.
All right, so with that, we got some people that are ready to hop on. So you know what?
All right.
We're actually going to start it off with Afram. Usually we bring on Afram to kind of calm things after things get a little chaotic, but I feel like last night was pretty chaotic and we've all been miserable. So I think Afram will bring some sensible conversation here. What's up, dude?
How you doing,
Good
sir?
evening. How are you? I
Yeah,
How are
hope
you feeling?
everyone
How
is.
are you feeling?
I'm good. I was disappointed in the game, but because I saw that the rest of the team played well, and unfortunately, the kid, Tyrone, you hit it right on the nose as far as I'm concerned. He tried to do too much than he should have. He tried to
yeah,
force the ball. He tried to be a hero when he shouldn't be. And Salah hit it right. There's nothing wrong with boring football. Do your checkdowns and just keep moving the ball. If you, how many points did they score off of the turnovers? Like 16 or something like that.
16. Yeah,
Something like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah,
yeah. And so
that's a ball game.
what did they do to scare this kid? Nothing. This kid just try to get the big plays, and it was like he was trying to prove something. Uh, I guess prove something to the media, to the fans. Just play your game.
Yep.
And learn. And you're not going to win anything this year. Just become a better player. So, and
Were,
everyone
were,
has
were
every right. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, were you
Yeah.
surprised at all by the approach in the fourth quarter? Like, do you think it was okay to just try to get him out of there alive and not risk another turnover or destroying his
Well,
confidence completely? Or do you think they should have gone to the backup? Like, how would you have handled that?
I was thinking about this. If you take him out, do you hurt his confidence, or do you keep him in? And me,
Could work
I
both
keep
ways.
you
Yeah.
in. You
Yeah.
suffer and you learn now. This is your team. What you
Yeah.
did, and you got to be better than this next time,
Mr. F, I
because
got a question. Pardon
yes,
your wisdom. I didn't mean to interrupt
yeah,
you, but I got a question for you. So the two really bad interceptions were more concerning for me than anything. The tip balls,
yeah,
that happens. But
yeah.
like I know you watched that. How do you feel about that though? Like the really, really bad interceptions that
I
were
didn't know
really
what
bad.
the one that was no one was there. He just threw it in.
Yeah,
He lofted that ball. It
yeah,
wasn't even a zip. He just lofted it. I don't know what he was thinking. So, was it that he anticipated the receiver to be there? Um, that was a weird one. The tip ball, he tried to force it in there. There was
yeah.
no reason for him to force it. When the guy was there, check down right there. The receiver, was it the running back was there?
Running back, yeah, running back.
Yeah, running back was there. Um, I was 50-50 on the second one off of
Davis
um,
hands.
Davis's hands.
Yeah,
Uh, I could see him missing that, but it went through his hands. At least enough. If he had more grip on it, where he would slow the ball down, it would just came off his hands. But it didn't make it. I think we got screwed when the play, what they called the forward motion, was stopped and he fumbled. I said to
yeah,
myself, it started already.
yeah.
Yep.
These guys. They,
What they do
Salah went
best.
nuts after that. I was watching
Yo,
that.
I
what
don't
they
blame
He was
yo,
him.
going
I
nuts
don't
after
yeah,
blame
that.
what they
him.
do
Yeah.
best. What they do best. Whenever we play them, it's always seemed like it's always that one shady call. This doesn't make sense. But
I mean,
Curious, at this point, do you think it's too late to bring in another backup? Like, are they just stuck with Mike White for the rest of the year, or would you try to make a move to bring in somebody else just in case you need to, get Zach Wilson out of there, give him a week or two to catch his breath and watch things?
so they're evaluating everybody. This is the season of evaluation, and I think they want to see who they have because they're going to have another big draft next year and have a lot more money. He wants to see who he's going to keep. Like you said yesterday, the couple of guys have only 2-year contracts. Um, you know,
Yep.
he's evaluating. The thing with Mims bothers me, but right now I'm just going to have to go with what they're doing. I think the guy has some talent. He's not a route runner. He's not a route runner. He's not a slot receiver. That's what Berrios was in. Berrios is your slot receiver because Crowder
Yep.
was out. If Crowder was in, you wouldn't see much of Berrios. So they
Don't you think it's on the coaching staff though to find some ways to get Mims
absolutely,
involved, unless there
absolutely.
is something else going on there that we don't know about? Like, isn't it strange that they're not finding a way to utilize what he does well as a deep threat and a big body? It
Yeah.
doesn't make sense,
Also,
man.
we got to keep in mind they're young as well, the coaches, and
Yep.
they have to
Yep, that's true.
they have to check their ego when they get on the field.
absolutely.
Okay,
Yep.
okay, you can't be a stubborn fuck, and it has to be your way. You have
That's a first.
Uh,
That's a first.
it bothers me when a good coach will adapt to the situation. If you
yeah.
see this guy has talent, he's shown he has some talent, and you need to build him up. So use him some way. Send him out. Just send him out on a deep pattern. Stretch the field. You don't need to have guys letting these guys come up front and then stopping doubling up on guys. Stretch
But
the field.
well,
With
I think we heard that his biggest issue was not really understanding the plays and being able to cover every avenue. I totally agree with you. Finding a way to use this kid is definitely helpful. Listen, we're not a team that has an extreme amount of talent. So when you subtract talent, nothing gets fixed that way. It
yeah,
has to be a package you can use this guy at. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
A healthy scratch for a player. And when he gets the ball in his hand, he's a monster. You know what I'm saying? It's like having another Davis on the other
yeah.
side. So I really love what the kid can do. But
Hey, give him a play. Let him run a route the way you want. Let him run a slot route. See what he does. Just put it on the field. Put the pressure on him on the field, not in
absolutely.
not in practice. Put it on the field, right in front when it counts, and then see what happens.
So
But don't let
what's
the guy sit there and tell me he's number 7, he's number 6. What are you gonna do? Put him in the practice squad next? Come on.
what's the I got a question
Yeah,
for you. So how
yeah,
comfortable with you with the defense though? Like you know what I'm saying? Like were you really like I mean me myself I was really impressed with the defense game, but I want to hear your perspective.
yeah. No, they're playing outstanding. They've kept them in the game. 4 interceptions, they were still in the game.
Crazy, right?
It is. It's just, but we have to ask ourselves: is the offensive scheme more complicated than the defensive scheme? Okay.
But the route
I
seems
think
so
so.
simple to me.
I mean,
Yeah.
the
I
players
mean
were
the
even saying it in the offseason. It's just kind of read and react. Like they're not thinking at all. They're just going, So I
Right.
but
think it's a
Exactly.
lot easier for
but
young players on
but
defense to adapt to the
but it,
system.
Yeah.
but does it work? Does it
But
bother y'all that like teams are really understanding what we're doing, our concepts this early in the season? I mean, I know it's like week 4, you really got a blueprint of what we're doing, but these guys are really running. These cornerbacks were running the routes for our receivers. They knew exactly where they were going to be. They knew exactly where the ball was going to go, and that's scary to me, man. That to me that means to me that our offense is too
well,
simple.
well, you also have to keep in mind that he's keying on Davis all the time, and he's got to start
Yeah,
looking him off and hitting other players.
yeah,
You know, you got other guys. You can't if you're going to be
You
confident
got
with him. You got to
Barrios.
but you have Elijah Moore. Why isn't
exactly.
he schemed open? You got Tyler
Yeah.
Croft. He can get open here, even if it's a 5-6 yard play. Take it.
I, I,
2 of those and it's a first down. You keep the offense on the field while the defense gets tired and saves our defense. You
you know
don't
what's so
have to
crazy?
hit the home run.
And you know what's so crazy, sir? You had mentioned something I think a lot of people don't understand that what really happens is he's really locking in on one receiver. Like I
Yeah,
mean, you know what I'm saying? I didn't notice that but the last game, he locks into one guy. So it's not like he's looking for second or third read. On some
no,
plays he do, but on a lot of plays, when he turns his head left, he's looking left. He doesn't come back. So
Well, know what you do? You take Davis off the field, and now who you got? You
You
got to
wonder
trust.
you wonder though
You got to trust somebody else now.
to defend Wilson on that though, like you wonder if that has anything to do with the week prior as far as the offensive line maybe getting some happy feet, just wanting to
that's what I think.
First read, get rid of the ball. You know what I mean?
Okay, I'll give you that, but he was getting time in this game, and if you can't realize you're getting time in this game early, then that's a problem. Then you need to learn to adjust.
And I think that's the biggest issue. I think that he was getting happy feet when he didn't have to. Because, like, he had a lot of time.
Yeah.
He had the time to separate the field. Like, I was really
I mean,
impressed how offensive line handled him.
And I've listened to a few guys, and there were times where he was keying on Davis when Elijah Moore was wide open for a touchdown. Yeah. Okay, Keenan Cole's out there; he didn't get any looks. So I mean, I don't. I'm hoping that
it's been so long since we've had a productive tight end. It feels like it was Dustin Keller.
So long. Listen, so long we had a win we wanted. You know, last year we had 2 wins, and we were pissed off that we had those 2 wins.
Yeah, they were basically losses
because we wanted the guy.
They felt worse than the losses. Yep.
Yeah. But
you know what else got to be with him too? That throw to Elijah Moore on the sideline. Yeah, if he would have threw it more further down the field, let him go get it, it'd have been a touchdown.
Well, if he put it on the inside of the
exactly,
and so he hit him on the out
outside,
way. He was
ran around.
He had no chance but to go out of bounds. He had no choice but to go out of bounds
by himself. He ain't seen anybody within 10 yards of him. So
wide open. I mean, that means if he's wide open one time, he's wide open many times. So you got to come off of look Davis in the eye and then come off of him and hit the secondary guy. And that's where you're going to confuse the secondary, because now you take it that is now he'll throw it to anybody at this point. You can't be locked in with one guy and hope and be hope that he's going to catch it every time. They're going to key on. They double team them every time. So
dude, great stuff, man. Great catching up. Great talking to you.
Good call, sir.
One last thing on your article.
Yeah,
I would have pushed Kenny Dryden down a little bit more. I think
his
career reminds me of Sandy Koufax's career. It did
dominance
a
over a
lot.
Short period. Yep.
Dominance over a very short period of time. Yep. But hey, let's hope for the best on Sunday. Yes, Tyrone, be good.
I gotta ask you though, did I do the right thing by not putting Henrik in? I was going back and forth. I wanted to put him in there. As a Ranger fan, I wanted to, but I felt like the unbiased fan, I couldn't do it.
Yeah, no, he hasn't won enough, but he had a good career. And listen, there's the guys can turn around. People will tell you that Brodeur was part of a system where if you look at the wins he had, that team, that defense, he maybe faced an average of under 20 shots a game, which really doesn't, he's not facing like Richter was facing 35 shots a game and still was winning and was dominant. So, but he had a shorter career and he had that one win. But hey, the choices were right. And it was a very good article. Well written, by the way. I appreciate
that. Really appreciate that. Thank you, man.
Gentlemen, have a good evening.
You too.
Be well.
Have a good night.
No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. Don't give me sir. I'm not walking with the walker here, Tyrone.
Listen,
just Afro.
You know what's so crazy, sir?
I already learned about that, yeah.
Listen, you know what? You know what's so crazy, Afro? Listen, you are always so even keel. Like, I can imagine watching the game with you at the 4 pick. He threw 4 picks. You're probably like, it's all right. Don't worry about it. He'll be better next year.
No, I was definitely mad on Sunday. He was definitely mad on Sunday.
Yeah, I was pumped when I was watching the game, and then all of a sudden the kid just the defense was kicking up, and then I've seen enough games, and unfortunately, it's just either I have a heart attack or just go with the flow. So it's half a dozen, half a dozen.
Great talking, man.
Yeah, be well.
Hey,
take care.
Night. Yeah. All right.
Be good, man.
Always relax, man.
Always great talking with him.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
Carlos, if you want to check out that article, it's on my Twitter page. It's also on 137pm.com. Check it out there. I'll be contributing some editorial content for them. I love doing this show, but writing's always been like my number one thing. So it's awesome to have an opportunity to do some writing. Next up, we got Jordan. Yo Jordan, what's up, dude?
So
how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I did not come away as negative from that game as most other fans did. I understand the fan experience sucked, and from what you were telling me, it sounded like it was a shitty time going to the game besides the tailgate.
Tailgate was great, but everything after that sucked.
But I watched it on TV, and I actually felt much better about this game than I did about last game. And it was just like the entire team was better except one player. The offensive line looked really good. Carter and Ty Johnson is like a very good 1-2 punch.
Yeah.
The entire defense played very well. Like the defensive line, we were actually able to get pressure on the QB. CJ Mosley was all over the place making plays. The cornerbacks, who I was very low on preseason, both these games, they've surprised me. They've been legitly decent. Like I've been saying Bryce Hall has been overrated. Maybe he's appropriately rated. He's been doing well these 2 games. I hope he keeps doing well.
So
that
I was going to say, do you worry a little bit when they start to face greater competition, either at quarterback or even wide receiver? Like right now, the best receiver we face is what? Either DJ Moore or Robbie Anderson. So good receivers, but not number one. So do you worry as the competition gets greater if they might start to struggle, or if the offense starts to put up points and there's an urgency on the other side of the ball to actually defend?
Sure, but so far they haven't shown me anything that, so far so good. I mean, if they get beat later, we'll see, and then I can readjust. But so far they've looked good.
And Jordan, you're comfortable? You're okay with the 4 interceptions? They give you no little concern?
Well, how he did the first game, he looked very good. So, I mean, what I was going to say about Zach Wilson is he's a rookie QB. That's something you can expect from a rookie QB, to have a bad game, and it's part of the learning process. And also, even the best QBs have bad games. You look at who was that? The Packers QB. I don't know. Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers last week, he was taken out of the game because he was having such a bad game. I mean, it happened.
I mean,
hopefully he can learn and do better.
No, I definitely feel when you say that. Every other aspect of the game, every other aspect of the team played better. And I said last night, it wasn't the O-line or the defense or special teams that cost us the game. It was our quarterback. You know what I'm saying? I'm not putting all that on him, but those 2 of those interceptions, I'm sorry, they really concern me, because this is a rookie or not, bro. There was nobody over there. So I want to know what you saw. I want to know why you made that throw. And that scares me, because mistakes like that could cost us game. Listen, we gave them 16 points over turnovers, right? If we wouldn't have gave us those 16 points, man, I felt like we did enough in this game to really do some things. You know what I'm saying? Like,
let me ask you. Let me ask you guys this. Snoopy with a great comment here. We kind of talked it up a lot in the offseason. Like, all right, it's great that everybody's starting on the same page, but is there any concern that you have a rookie offensive coordinator trying to groom a rookie quarterback?
I think that was not the plan originally. I think the plan originally was they're going to have Greg Knapp, and unfortunately he passed away. And I think,
that was a huge loss, man.
Yeah, huge.
I think they tried to bring in who was it, Kavanaugh or someone else, but he doesn't know the offense, so it really comes down to LaFleur, and LaFleur's, he has a lot of shit to learn himself. So, and that was the one bad takeaway that I took, and I did the super chat yesterday about it. Was the one thing that truly pissed me off. It wasn't even Zach's play, because I was lower on the Jets coming into the season than most people. I thought like 5 to 7 wins. So, I mean, I didn't see anything that I didn't expect. I wasn't happy to see it, but it was like rookie QB. The one thing that truly pissed me off about that game was the clock management in the fourth. That it's way too early to be giving up on games. And it pissed me off. Like,
absolutely.
It's game number 2. Like, if it's game number 13 and we lost 13 games, maybe I don't give a shit at that point.
Yeah.
But at game number 2, let's play to win, and I want to go down fighting. Let Zach throw, let him do whatever, and I don't care if the score goes up. I want to win. Fuck, fuck giving up.
What's so crazy is, and you guys notice, man, when we're at a faster pace, he does well. When you slowing down the game the way they're doing it, and I understand with the running attack, you want to keep things simple, but man, he's getting. I don't know.
And that's part of what was so infuriating, is that the game dictated. It made sense at that point. You're down 19 points. You got 10 minutes left. You can definitely make it a game by scoring there. So there's every reason to have a sense of urgency, especially when the week prior, the kid actually looked pretty good operating out of up-tempo. So there was every reason to try and push the pace there. Maybe it gets him in a rhythm. Maybe he starts making some plays and he gets some confidence. Walks out of that game not getting booed out of the fucking building.
Who cares about the 5th interception? You already threw 4 of them, man. At this point,
exactly. And if they didn't have enough confidence in him to keep going out there and throwing it, then that's why you have a backup ready, and you could still go after it instead of punting. I
thought after the 3rd interception, he should have been pulled.
100%. And another problem that I have with this coaching staff is I think Mike White, like even before the season, he's not good. Like he's not a real backup. Like I would much rather see Josh Johnson in there. I just feel like the one drive he had in the preseason, he kind of showed that he was competent. And I feel confidence in him that at least he is a pro-ready player who can run an offense.
You know what? Honestly, I think that's the reason why they didn't pull him either. I think if we don't have a competent backup, we had a competent backup, I think he would have got pulled up the third interception. I think you have to sit him down, the kid watch a little bit, calm down. You know what I'm saying? You know, and just go with the motion and see how a veteran runs this team. So that to me is that's on Joe D. So that's something that he has to fix. But you can't go into a season with the kind of backups that we had, bro. It wasn't James Morgan, White. They're not viable quality backups. You know what I'm saying? I definitely would have with Johnson. I would have took him over anybody. So I agree with you on that.
All right. Thank you for the time. I'll talk to you guys later.
All right, have a good night,
appreciate it, man. Have a good night.
Talk, man.
All right, we're 2 for 2. Good call so far. Getting back in the swing of things. All right, next up. Ooh, we got a face we haven't seen in a while.
That's me, baby.
Tim. Yo,
hey,
where you been?
Mr. I've been around. Well, like I said, I got a new job. I've been going to bed mad early, but tonight I'm up. I ran out of beer, unfortunately. Oh, it's pretty good. Working from home, making good money. Hard work, but it's good work. But I just going to bed kind of early, like kind of lame, I guess.
Why are you out of beer, though? Why are you out of beer? That's the bigger problem.
You asked me last time, how could you run out of beer? It's because you know what? When you live in the city, you're just constantly like you don't have enough room in the fridge for beer. Like I would love to have three 6-packs in the fridge right now, but right now my wife ain't down with that. And secondly, I can just I can just walk down the store a block anytime, day or night, and get more beer. But like I don't know, I was babysitting, then I had one beer, I finished it, then I got lazy. I don't know. It is what it is. But anyway, cheers, Tyrone.
Hey, what's up, bro? How you doing, man?
I'm a huge fan of yours ever since back in the day when you were on the radio program.
I appreciate it, bro.
Oh, that's right. This is your first time talking, right?
Yeah, this is my first time meeting Tyrone.
That's awesome.
Hey, man,
huge fan.
Man. Appreciate
Huge fan.
He was late again tonight, but it's all right.
No, you know what though? It's all good because
too much shit. He works hard.
No, I'll give him zero crap because you know what? It's great. I'm glad you made the transition from the radio gig to the live stream. I really appreciate that.
Hey man, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. So
yeah.
How do you feel? How do you feel about the breakdown of Sunday, man? Everyone else has been saying they okay, but how you feel?
I hate to say this, but the worst case scenario was going to be if Zach Wilson got hurt. The second worst case scenario was 4 picks, and it happened. You can't, and that was really, really seriously bad news. I think they should have benched him after the 4th pick. You bring in Josh Johnson, and you move on. If you can bench Aaron Rodgers, you can certainly bench Zach Wilson, or whatever the kid.
Mike White.
No, the other backup, the journeyman, the veteran.
Yeah, but he's in the practice squad though. They didn't bring him up for the game.
Oh, they bumped him down. Well,
yeah.
Mike White sucks.
Yes.
I'd rather see Josh. I'd rather see Josh Johnson in there, but they should have benched him. He looked demoralized. But I mean, my other take was like the offensive, the pass play calling was, I thought was a little overly complicated. And it occurred to me, whatever happened to the 5-yard dump down, the 10-yard check down. I mean, if it works for Tom Brady, he's always throwing a 10-yard pass, get the first down, like building up yardage. And I echo what Mr. Primetime said in his video in the car was, why couldn't they just come up with a scheme that was a little more like simplistic? Like I said, 10-yard dump downs, get the first down, move the chains. You know what I'm saying?
Get the ball out of his hand and get him in the rhythm.
But
I haven't got a chance to go back and watch the film, but I wonder how much of that was there and he just didn't take it versus he was obviously forcing a lot of throws. He was trying to fit balls into some tight windows and things. So going back, I want to see how much underneath stuff was actually there. Versus, trying to actually force it.
I see what you mean. The other take, my only other take is like that dude, the tight end Croft. I know he's not. I know he's not a superstar and everything, but like I know this, and I know the preseason is bullcrap. But he did score two receiving touchdowns at the goal line in one of those preseason games. The guy's like 6'5". He can really reach up and get that ball. I wish they would have utilized him more.
Yeah. Well, what's so crazy to me is I think that they want to make it easy for him, but I think they're overcomplicating things. I think if you use him, we using shorter passes to get him in the rhythm instead of because I think the first game he didn't have any time and he wanted to stretch the field. This time he actually had time and the plays for the plays to develop. But I just think that he had a bad game, man. We're just gonna have to eat that. He had a bad game, but I don't ever want to see my rookie quarterback throw 4 interceptions again.
No.
You have to fix that because
Can't
going
do
against a
that.
good team, yeah, exactly. Especially when and I don't know if it was he was getting happy feet from what happened, the beating he took that first game. Because I'm telling you, I was there, bro. I watched this kid take some real major licks and stood up. In this game right here, he's pretty much clean. You know what I'm saying? So, but we know he's talented. We know this kid has a gunslinger arm and his gunslinger mentality. But at the same time, like Aaron Rodgers told him, he's like, look, man, keep it simple. Make 2 or 3 amazing throws a game, and you'll win. You know what I'm saying? Coming from Aaron Rodgers, one of the goals of the league, you gotta take that kind of advice.
Yeah.
Big question is, do you have a cat? People want to know, do you have a cat?
Yeah. You just heard him. I guess you heard him in the background. Yeah, he's looking
We're
for.
animal friendly on the show.
Yeah, he got addicted to fish flakes. The cat, like the fish flakes that you put in soup and stuff. Like the cat, loves fish flakes, bro. And he's looking for some right now. But what was my other take? What's that, Mr. Primetime?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
My other take is when we win this first game, like someone better be doing some shotguns up in here, right?
You should all be doing one.
I've been improving.
I mean, next week we should be doing the live stream. So we're gonna bring the bingo board back. We'll probably do some shotguns during the game. We'll throw it back to last year.
No, if we pull out a win, when's the next game in Mile High Stadium in Denver, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
yep.
Denver. Yeah.
You'll be enjoying that one,
how's that looking?
I mean, Chubb's out. That's a good thing. I mean, but they're a solid, good defensive team, and he just threw 4 picks, so they're definitely going to come after him. You know what I'm saying? They're definitely going to come after him. And but I'm gonna be honest with you. Like for me, the biggest thing that scared me the most was the offensive line. The offensive line played really well. No one is really talking about that. They played really well without the big ticket. You know what I'm saying?
Without Becton, yeah.
Quick question for you guys. I think it was Darren that left the comment about the fumble at the start of the game. Like, how much do you think that impacted
that was bullshit,
the overall tone of the game?
That was bullshit. That was a fumble. That was a fumble. And I think that, we would have got the ball right there. We would have got the ball on the 8-yard line, 9-10-yard line, 20-yard line.
First series of the game.
Yes, sir. Exactly.
Yeah, when the ref blew the whistle too soon. Yeah.
Yo, even a
wonder if you get some points, you take an early lead, how that might change things, how that might change play calling, and
defense get more aggressive. Defense get more hyped up. Defense look great though, man. Like if anybody get a chance to watch Ball Dinger's breakdown of C.J. Mosley. Y'all watch that?
He was all over the place.
Been working all day.
Listen, he was showing how the play was going right, and C.J. Mosley didn't move. He just stood there, right? Then all of a sudden it was like, boom, man, C.J. Mosley, and listen to this, man. You realize C.J. Mosley and Marcus May played every single snap on defense. No one else on defense did that.
They should be with how much they're getting paid.
Yeah, man, listen. I mean, at the end of the day, bro, listen. They played well, bro. So
I
was very impressed with yeah, absolutely. This was great.
But anyway,
Tim,
that's all.
Great catching up, man. Yep.
Yeah, same here. I'll talk to you guys soon.
Hey, have a good one,
awesome, man. Have a good night.
Congratulations
Thanks,
on your job,
everyone. Thanks, Mr. Primetime. Thanks, man.
All right, be good, man. Yeah, TJ, I'm working on the bingo board now. Figured, Braxton Berrios references we'll throw in there. First down runs, we'll keep that going. We'll find some other things.
4 interceptions.
Not throwing that in there. A tight end sighting, we'll have to throw that. Denzel Mims sighting, we'll throw that in there.
I would take your tight. If you had 4 interceptions on, man, I'm throwing your shit out the window, man. I'm telling you. Absolutely. No way.
Oh, shit. All right, next up, moving right along, we got Jake. Yo, Jake, what's up, man?
What's going on, Jake?
Good evening, guys. How you doing?
Good, pretty good, bro. How you?
Good, man. How are you?
Tyrone, are you in a bus right now? I'm trying to figure that out still.
Nah, I'm in 18-wheeler.
Okay, because I saw the curtains. I thought it was your little bunk or something you sleep at night. So I was trying to figure that out.
Yeah,
Your left,
top bunk, bottom bunk, TV, ice box, everything. All the comforts of home.
Jake, what are your thoughts on the game, man? What are your thoughts on the game?
Thoughts on the game? Well, first it was fun tailgating with you guys. That's the first thing. I had a good time with
Best
that.
Part, always.
Yeah. Well, I didn't get to try the food. That was the only negative, but I'm sure.
Wow, prime time.
Got there too late, man.
Wow, he tried your food, prime time?
There was still steak out there, though, when you got there, right?
No, I saw like some hot dogs, but it looked like I don't know how long they've been sitting there for.
Wow,
Yeah, they were out there
prime
for a while.
time.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
got there
Shots
late,
over here,
man.
Jake.
You missed the pork belly, you missed the steak. It was good, man.
I
Everybody
mean,
that was
dude,
there
I
loved
didn't.
it. You
Like
missed
I
you
said,
missed the onions too. The onions got rave reviews.
I mean, I didn't realize you guys started 8 a.m. I was like, the trains only get the earliest the train gets in is at 10 o'clock. You can't get any sooner than that.
We're not Giant fans. We start at 8 o'clock when the lot's
Uh,
open.
so Jake,
That's how we
what do you
roll.
feel about the game, man? What are your perspective of the game, and how do you feel about what our quarterback did? And what do you see we can do to make this better?
Like I said before, and I'll say every single week, I'm not commenting on Wilson. It's another week, and we'll see what happens. It's a rookie. This is what I've said. Look, I'll say it every single week. We raved about Mark Sanchez the first month. He looked great, and then he had a game exactly like this against Buffalo. It's the ebbs and flows of being a rookie. Not going to critique him on anything. It's not his fault. The person I will have a little bit of a problem with was LaFleur, because the fact that Wilson was not having a good day and they were getting the run game going, like Ty Johnson was running well, Michael Carter was running well, and then they let Wilson make all these plays that ended up becoming another turnover. I was kind of a little question to think maybe can we kind of just scale it down and just stick to a couple run plays that are working and then try to get a drive, because I think that was the only thing we were deprived of. I think that was kind of going well for the most part. And I think if anything for the second half, I was glad to see guys like Elijah Moore finally get some catches. I think the guy he needed reps more than anything. I mean, for all the fact that he missed all the preseason, I think it was vital for him to at least try to get him. If Wilson was going to throw to one person, let him get the ball to get some reps, because Corey Davis was exactly taken out of the game like Belichick was intended on doing. So it was really just more about just like it was like a kind of like a scrimmage by the second half. We kind of knew the game was over at that point, and I haven't really.
Go ahead. Good.
Now, I
No,
want to
I
ask you
mean,
a question. Now, I want to ask a question. How big a loss you think Crowder was for us last week?
Wait, I'm sorry, repeat the question.
How big a loss was Crowder for last week?
I can't tell, because the fact is that they want to have Crowder here, but is Elijah Moore really the guy they want to get on the field sooner because he's going to replace him at the end of the year? Or are they going to trade Crowder by midseason? We don't know that yet. I think at this point, Crowder has to do everything in his power to play well. I think if anything for him, like I think it's vital to have a veteran presence, but in the end of the day, it's really about how is he going to increase his stock? Because let's face it, like they did a decrease in his contract because he was going to get cut. So I think for us to sit here and say how vital is Crowder, I think if anything, the big question is what I think how big is Keelan Cole? Because I think if anything, this offense values him more than anything through camp, because they were raving about him the whole way. They really weren't talking much about Crowder. They weren't talking about Mims, which we're in this situation right now. So
Isn't
I
it
don't
surprising?
know.
Isn't it surprising to you though that like they would elect to keep Keelan Cole active and play him on a 1-year contract versus a guy that they invested a second round pick in? Like, to me, that just seems very strange. Unless there's something else going on, like we keep saying, it's just very odd the way that they're doing things with that.
Well, they kind of.
I can't say that though. Why? You know what I'm saying? Listen, at the end of the day, this is kind of leadership that we want from a coach, though. You know what I'm saying? In an organization, like why keep a guy playing that that's not performing and whatever we don't know what he's doing in practice. So if he's not,
didn't we say this year was about like finding building blocks? Like he's supposed to be one of your building blocks. Shouldn't he get some kind of an opportunity out there? Unless it's something we don't know. It's very strange. You got to give him a chance, I think.
The coach who just beat us drafted 4 players that ain't even on his team anymore in the first round. So listen, if the play or the second round, listen, if the player is not performing, then the guy that is, you move him up. I mean, listen, that's accountability. I mean, that's something that we've lacked in this organization is accountability. Listen, we don't know what Mims is not
or
doing.
It could be stubbornness. We don't know.
It's actually Tyrone, I did read up about it. Apparently, Saleh is somebody who says that if you're not playing special teams, which I guess he wasn't going to play. So I think it's not only that he's probably behind in the playbook, which I don't think is completely his fault because of the whole salmon sickness thing and whatever the case may be with that, but it's also because he didn't play special teams.
That anymore.
Well, I mean, I don't want to say that, but that's what's been speculated. I don't know.
And Jake, what you said about Crowder, you know what I'm saying? Crowder was holding out in the beginning, so that's why he didn't get a chance, you know what I'm saying, to get all the reps he needed. But I think that I think a guy like Crowder you keep. I just think that you go with him and Elijah on the field at the same time, man. You just give it a whole new dynamic of what you need for this team, man. I mean, listen, we are lacking. This is the first time we've had a really good receiving core. We got a quarterback that can get the ball to him. We got a line that's performing better. So why not, utilize that as much? I just think that you cut down on the turnovers. You know what I'm saying? We establish our running game. You know what I'm saying? We involve our tight end. And you know what I'm saying? We let our defense hold us down. I think we'll be okay. I mean, I'm not overly frustrated with what our quarterback did. I mean, like I said, I was disappointed with some of the throws, but at the end of the day, I know he's a rookie quarterback. You know what I'm saying? And it's up to our offense coordinator to protect him. It's up to our QB. You know what I'm saying? Coach to sit him down and explain to him what he's doing wrong. You know what I mean? It just hurts. So.
Jake, let me ask you this also. What were your thoughts on the overall stadium experience? Just being in the building, the crowd energy, and just like what they brought or what they could have brought if the team actually showed up.
I mean, it was great. I mean, I can tell by looking in the stadium all around, like it was not a sold out game. I think it's a mixture of COVID. I think it's a mixture of that. It's not Tom Brady on the Patriots anymore. It's a rookie quarterbacks playing against each other. Not to sound like a spoiled brat, I was in a luxury box. It was my first time doing that, and
nice. Enjoy it, man. Enjoy it.
Absolutely, yes, sir.
I mean, prime time. I'll be frank with you. I think your food would beat the hell out of their food. It was quite frankly embarrassing. It was like microwavable, like mozzarella sticks and like white sauce. It was really not much of a like.
Buy those $25,000 PSLs though, right?
Yeah, I mean,
I wonder why they have an issue with. Never mind. I'm not even gonna go ahead.
All right. On the positive note, I mean, look, the offense obviously had its struggles, but I'm going to be very frank with you guys. I have a lot of confidence in Jeff Ulbrich. I actually am very, very confident where this defense is going. And everyone wants the score. No, if you really, really had watched the game, you would see the defense honestly play lights out and kept Mac Jones completely in check throughout the entire game. What?
Yeah, I'll give you that.
What? I couldn't tell Primetime's reaction if he thought it was like.
No.
I was reacting to Jose, who was just making sure.
Okay. Yeah, no, I thought the pass rush was actually playing very well. It's look, we're not going to get the high ability of what we could have had with Carl Lawson. It's just not going to happen. We have to all just accept that at this point. But the fact is, guys like John Franklin Myers, I think, finally stood out from this game. Fotukasi played well. CJ Mosley is once again showing me he looks like he really is trying to play for his money or play hard for the team. I mean, thank God finally we're getting that. The secondary is not getting shredded apart. I mean, look, I'll be frank with you. I have Jonnu Smith on my fantasy team, and he really did not play well at all in that game. So they really kept the linebacker. They kept all the tight ends in check in that game. Besides, like Jacoby Myers, some guy sitting behind us was like a Jacoby Myers fan. I don't know why, but that was the only guy that was really getting anything done in most of the game. And I mean, the Damian Harrison, I was like, I mean, come on, man. Like, there's no reason that should have happened. That was like Raheem Mostert, like week 2 last year when he ran that 60-yard touchdown without being touched. It was like that those kind of plays are unacceptable. You should be able to shut those things. But besides that, Damian Harris, and the interceptions, it's like, I really, at the end of the day, really have just said that the defense the defense could have mailed it in. They played hard the entire game. And I think Jeff Ulbrich has deserved a lot of credit. And I think a lot of people were skeptical about bringing him in because when he came from Atlanta and then parts of San Fran, people were not too high on him. I would even say is this guy going to be a mediocre hire? But it looks like Saleh, I don't think, is really stepping in and saying, okay, I'm going to tell you what to do. I think he really is being we call it CEO coach. I actually think he really is
an overseer of everything, kind of.
Yeah.
Yes, I really do believe that. I don't think this is you can tell in the press as much as I really don't like watching the post games, whatever. I watched a piece of it one night. You can tell he's not like Adam Gase, where it's like, I think you should go to the defensive coach. I think you should go to
Let me watch the tape. Let me watch the tape.
Yeah, I'll watch the tape. Practice was good. It's like he actually sounds like he's encouraged. And like I said earlier in this chat, is that the most important thing he said to Zach Wilson, I think he meant this to the entire team, is that the whole team's supposed to lift you up. I think he really is doing that. I think he can show he has frustration in his eyes. You can tell on the sideline. There was even many times where you can see him he has that guy that pulls his shirt when he gets aggressive. He gets aggressive. He gets very aggressive. He's really into it. He cares. He really does care about this team. Everyone's joking oh, maybe he made a mistake taking the shot. No, he knew what he was signing up for. He really believes in what else Jaime Elheim and all of them were telling him. He really told him listen, this is a team you're going to have control of. But of course, we're talking about Mims, we're talking about all the players. Joe Douglas, has to, do his end of the bargain to give us the players. I just hope in the end that, we really do have – I hope these guys like Mims and them all do produce. But in the end of the day, look, and I guess the good news is our Matt Amendola actually looked good. We didn't really talk about him. I think he actually looks pretty decent.
Strong
I think
leg, man.
Finally.
Strong leg.
Like we had Morstead did his job. I'm happy to see like Amendola looks like he can actually get it done. Now he hasn't been put under the pressure to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll wait to see how that goes. But overall, in the end, I think that this week they're going into Denver. I think Bradley Chubb's not playing because I'm talking to my Bronco friend for the last couple of days. So without Bradley Chubb, their secondary is just scary good. Like honestly, they're going to get Patty Mahomes and Herbert Fitz. Like I thought it was going to be like a roll, but Surtain looks like he's going to be like defensive player of the year the way he's going right now, and Justin Simmons and Fuller, like they really do have a lot to show in that game. It's limit Teddy Bridgewater. Melvin Gordon looks rejuvenated. We'll talk more about this later in the week. I'm just saying that, as Jet fans, guys, I'll end it on this. Like, it's not to be negative, except this could be a 2-3 win team. Like, it really could be. Like, we could be competing with Jacksonville for the top pick again next year. And I don't think it's a terrible thing because you know what? If Zach Wilson shows improvement and we're losing to really good teams, I think that's really all we do want. And I think at the end of the day, they get at least a good draft pick, even though we're not going to talk about that now. I just think we have to kind of tone down our expectations, not just from this game, but I think overall, it's just there are a lot of teams that are competing, and the Jets are not ready for it. I could be completely wrong, but we'll see.
No. I think you hit on the head. Appreciate the call tonight, but I think at the end of the day, as long as this team improves in December, as long as we see improvement every week, I'm okay with it. Listen, we understand. We want more. We expect more. We thought we were going to be better than what we were, but at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? We were a 2-14 team last year. That's what we are right now. So I think that if we come out and we improve every single week, our quarterback gets better. He's making better decisions with the football. He's actually, you know what I'm saying, being able, because he's going to have some games where, he's going to catch fire. This kid's talented. So I think as we grow and he learns the offense and things get better and guys get situated in certain positions, listen, if you watch our running backs last week, when you watch Carter, bro, if you watch some cut-ups on him, bro, that jump cut, man, oh my God, that was beautiful. This kid is just, we're going to be okay. I mean, it's just,
youngest team in football.
Also,
find ways to make progress and get better each week. That's what it's about.
One more thing. It's not just the players, it's the coaches. Make sure the coaches. LaFleur learns how to be a better coach because this is a learning experience for all of them too. Make sure Saleh knows how to game manage. That was a big question. Making sure clock management, game management. So let's not just keep talking about the players every week. Make sure the coaches are doing their jobs. That's why I point out tonight and say Ulbrich is doing his job. Everybody else got to pick it up a little bit.
Jake, very positive tonight. We needed that.
Man. Have a good
Great
night,
call,
bro.
dude.
An honest one. Good night, guys.
Have a good night, man. All right, we're on fire with these calls tonight. All right, next up, Jomo. Yo, dude, what's up, man?
You're not ready. You're not ready for this one.
Oh no, I thought you'd be feeling good today. Bring some optimism.
What's going on, bro?
You gotta unleash,
a little bit.
man. Unleash. That's what Monday and Tuesdays are for. Usually, Tyson and I, we get it all out Mondays. You guys get it out Tuesday. So whatever's on your mind, get it off your chest now.
Where do you want me to start? With LaFleur or
start with the quarterback?
Mims?
Start with the quarterback. Yeah. Oh, you want to start there? All right, go ahead.
Quarterback.
Go with LaFleur and Mims.
No,
you probably want to talk about
said
Zach,
quarterback. So I still love Wilson. I have no worries about him. I think Jets fans and the media, we kind of forget that he's a fucking rookie. The kid played at BYU. I don't think he's ever played a man coverage team that's as sticky as the Patriots DBs are. And I think he's trying to play hero ball all day. Like Salah said, he's got to learn that boring football is okay. I think that's the most important thing that we could take away from that. The kid's got to learn to not always look for the deep shot, not always look to throw the ball 15 yards down the field. 5 yards is okay. 5 yards is okay. And I'm not worried about him learning that at all. 3 of the picks were ugly. The one to Corey Davis, to me, that's just a blatant drop. I'm pretty sure everybody's heard the universal rule. The ball hits your hands, fucking catch it.
Yep.
And it went right through his hands. But the other 3 picks were bad. They were bad. They were against man coverage, sticky coverage. It's probably something he's never seen before. He doesn't really know how to deal with it. But I'm not worried about him. He's a rookie. Justin Herbert against the Patriots went 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions.
Yep.
And he got he got a goose egg, 0 points. So just keep that in mind, Jets fans. Now,
well stated. Now,
How
give me
about
your
the court-
thoughts on LaFleur and Mims.
coordinator? Yeah, I was waiting on this.
How you
What about the
feeling there?
coordinator?
How you feeling there?
I'm the opposite of everybody, apparently. I think LaFleur did a damn fine job. We damn near had 400 yards of total offense. I mean, to me, that's pretty successful when your quarterback throws 4 interceptions. He threw 4 interceptions, and we almost had 400 yards of total offense. Could you imagine if Darnold threw 4 interceptions with Gase running the offense? I mean, we probably wouldn't even have over 200 yards of total offense. We almost had 400. Now, I'm not going to fault LaFleur because the run game was great. The offensive line looked great. Guys were getting open. Wilson was not reading the field correctly. He was trying to force the ball down the field. Mistakes will kill us. And unfortunately, it looks like everybody wants to take it out on LaFleur. And I don't think that's fair. I think he called a very good game. I think he got us onto the other side of the field. How many drives out of, like over 50% of the drives we were getting on the opponent's side of the field? It's stupid mistakes. We're giving the ball back.
But Jomo,
What were you going to say?
Jomo,
Yeah.
you don't hold the offensive coordinator accountable for some of those interceptions. I understand our quarterback threw them, but just understanding what was going on during the game and not making some adjustments.
I feel like he did make adjustments. He started running the ball a hell of a lot, and then whenever he threw the ball, it seemed like every time Wilson was throwing a pick. I mean, I personally, I really think he called a great game. Salah said the same thing, which I was surprised. I think he called a good game.
At that point, what do you really do as an offensive coordinator? I mean, what really is the
Exactly.
game plan? Once your quarterback is throwing those 2 or 3 interceptions, especially game 2 of his career. I mean, how do you adjust on the fly like that? It's not like you have all these plays
maybe
that you kind of go to that he knows that he's familiar with.
Maybe
he's probably got this game plan in his head, and that's pretty much it. You don't really have too much. So the ground and pound was working, but
maybe scheming someone open. You know what I'm saying? Maybe scheming someone open.
Well, he's got to make the decision to hit the guys that are open too. He's got to take
exactly. You could scheme him open, but it comes down to Wilson throwing it to the open guy, which he wasn't doing. He just wasn't doing it, and that's what we're gonna have to. Yeah.
Don't you guys think that after the second interception, or maybe even the first one, you stick to the ground and pound for a while just to get this kid to calm down?
Like, he did.
That doesn't affect.
Dude, he was 2 for 5. He was 2 for 5 in the first half.
Exactly.
I mean, he ran the ball. That's what he was trying to do, but Wilson just couldn't get it done whenever he called the pass play. It's unfortunate, but it's what happened. If somebody could get in the quarterback's ear and say, "Hey, man, like just calm it down, throw your check downs," like maybe they did say that and he just didn't fucking listen. I don't know, but the kid's gonna learn. The kid obviously felt like shit. He deserved the booze. Yep. He said it himself, and
and that's why I feel like this was like a great learning experience for him. Like he's a tough kid. He's going to get in the film room. He's going to realize what he did wrong. And I think he's also going to realize that as he takes those check downs and gets the smart plays, the other things are going to open up more naturally. And he's not going to have to force it like that.
That's going to be what he's going to see, man. He's going to see that shit and he's going to be like, oh, wow, so this is what complimentary football is. You throw your check downs, you throw the short routes, and it opens up.
You soften it up and then,
when the shot is there,
he's going to learn that. He's a rookie, man. He was excited. Home opener, like there's a lot of emotions that go into that. He's a 22-year-old kid.
I think the nerves got to him a lot.
For sure, man. For
Jomo,
sure.
One more question, Jomo. Would you have pulled him? Would you put him after the third interception?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Keep him in the fire. If you're going to throw him out there, keep him in it. You're not going to pull him out. Why? Give him more to learn from. You know what I mean?
So if you were going to leave him in, then would you have at least tried to kind of push the gas a little bit more in the fourth quarter? Actually, ran an up-tempo offense and tried to win the game.
I've never wanted a game to be over so bad.
That I don't like. Then
personally,
if you're
as a fan, not as a coach.
You still
as a coach, you gotta try to get the win. You gotta try to put up points.
Get out of here. Yeah, that's
as a coach, yes. As a fan, man, I wanted that game to be over so fucking bad. I can't explain. Now I want to move on to Mims because this is obviously a big topic. Everybody wants to talk about. Why is the narrative changed when we have a guy that we drafted in LaMichael Pirine, who you have guys like Michael Carter, Ty Johnson, and Tevin Coleman starting over him? A free agent, an undrafted free agent, and a 4th-round pick. Why? I mean, I get it. He was hurt, but even if he wasn't hurt, I don't think he'd be playing over those 3 guys. With Mims, you got Jeff Smith, talented undrafted free agent. You got Keelan Cole, free agent. And who else is over him right now? Barrios. Barrios is showing out.
Yeah.
He's been playing in place of Crowder. He's been showing out. He leads the team in all receiving categories right now, except TDs. I like that the coaching staff is holding players accountable. I don't know why everybody isn't, but when P. Ryan is the one being held accountable, we were all okay. When James Morgan was being held accountable, we were all okay. But Mims is now being held accountable, and we're like, well, what the fuck? Why isn't he starting second-round pick? He's talented. Sure, he's talented. Maybe he's not showing it, though. I mean, maybe he's just not showing it. Maybe he's not grasping the offense. There's got to be more. There's got to be more into it than he's a second-round pick. Put him on the field. That's not how it works. It's not how it works, and I think we all need to understand that.
That's totally well said. I mean, it's all about changing the culture this year. You know, we've had guys that kind of coasted and never had to worry about being benched or losing playing time. So, you know, if Saleh wants to put his foot down and say, you know, this is the expectation, this is a kind of standard that you got to meet, and if you're not meeting it, you're not going to play. I'm fine with it, but at the same time, like, you want to be able to maximize talent from these young guys and give them some opportunities. So hopefully by the end of the year, you know, you actually start to see these guys out there and kind of making an impact a little bit.
But
hopefully,
you got to hold guys accountable. You know what I'm saying? And that's
I get it.
That's the name of the game, man.
That's something.
Because if other players see him,
but then
reps over
let me just ask then.
1 sec.
Yeah,
go on.
I was going to say, is that then an indictment on Joe Douglas for not picking players that are coachable or, you know, that can kind of fit the culture that Saleh wants? Or are we going to blame this on Gase
the draft?
Year with
the draft is the draft is a lottery. I don't think Joe Douglas had the best draft of his life last season. I think there's a lot of players that are going to be off this roster next year. And that's just what we're going to have to deal with. I mean, that was his first draft with us, I'm pretty sure. And I mean, if Becton comes back and he shows out, plays well, I'll be happy. If Ashton Davis could come back and play well, if we get two players that could start, I'm fine. If Mims ends up being the odd man out, so be it. P. Ryan, so be it. James Morgan's already out of town. Cam Clark, who knows how he's going to come back. It's looking like it was not a very good draft. Zuniga,
what about yeah, he's playing, bro.
Yeah,
where's he at?
He's not even playing. They're starting the guy from the Chiefs.
He's on the practice
squad,
what the hell
is his name?
Yeah, Tim
Ward.
I
don't even know. Yeah, Ward.
Yeah, you got Tim Ward. You got Shaq Lawson.
Oh my God.
Yeah, the defense, man. If there's one thing that I guess all of us can agree upon, it's that the defense is playing their fucking hearts out, man. Like
Ashton Davis,
CJ Mosley.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and I think that'll be big. I like having him back because that other
like
safety opposite of May.
Sets.
I think Guidry is gonna. What's going on with that? I don't really understand the way the cornerback rotation goes because I've seen Hall on the field, Eccles on the field, Carter on the field, and Guidry on the field. So I don't really. Maybe that's the dime package.
I don't know.
I think it's probably dime, I would think. Yeah.
Dime. But I'm gonna tell you,
it seems like they were rotating Guidry and Carter a little bit in the slot too.
Yeah, that's what I thought I saw too.
But I'm not gonna front, man. Carter and Eckler, bro, they had played lights out, bro.
Hell yeah, man. They make plays,
bro. Yes, sir, man. Yo, I
that
didn't
D line's looking good too.
Yes,
I could only imagine if we had Carl Lawson.
Oh my God, yo, bro.
But right? I mean, dude, the defense is eating. Defense is eating, man, and I'm happy to see
it. But from Cold Stone employee McDavid, CJ Mosley is the first New York Jets linebacker I've seen in a while to stop a Pat screenplay. Young corners look good. John Franklin Myers was penetrating. Defense gets an A. Yeah. Got to give credit to defense, man. They did everything that they possibly could to keep that team in the game in spite of having their backs against the wall pretty much the whole game.
And that's what our young quarterback got to understand. You know, listen, let your defense keep you in games, and when it's time that we need you to make a few big throws, just do that. And that's all coming with growth.
He's gonna learn, man. Yep. He's a rookie. It's his second game, home opener, Patriots. He wanted to show that I'm better than Mac Jones. Don't work like that, young kid. You got to take what comes to you. Take what the defense gives you. How many times have we heard that from every single player in the league? Take what the defense gives you. When he understands that, when he learns that, I think we'll be all right. I'm not counting out 7 wins, man. I'm not counting out 7 wins because I think if it clicks,
I'll sign up for that now.
I think if it clicks with him, we can put some wins on the board. I'm not expecting it. I don't want it. I just want to see competitive football. But I am not counting it out because of the way the defense has been playing, because of his raw talent, And because of the coaches, man, I really trust this coaching staff. I really do. And I think all of us should, because we're heading in the right direction. We just got to go through the rookie growing pains.
Well said, Jomo. Great call tonight, man.
Great call, bro. Great call, bro. Great call.
Thank you, guys. I had to get
Appreciate
it out.
Dude.
Thank you for letting me. You guys have a good one.
No problem, man.
You too,
have a
bro.
good night, man.
Good night, bro. You already know.
Yo, calls have been on fire tonight.
Yes, sir.
All right, next up, we got Elias.
What's going on, guys? How you doing?
What's up, man?
What's going on?
How you doing?
Hey, good to see you guys. It's been a minute.
Yeah.
Hang on 1 second, guys.
How you been, man?
What is this?
Sorry about that.
Your Zach Wilson background.
Quick interruption. Oh, I was on a different stream and stuff. Yeah, quick interruption. Sorry about that, man.
What stream are you on hold for, huh?
Family.
Okay, all right. I thought it was another Jets channel. I was gonna go.
Oh no. Nah, you guys still my number one. Don't worry.
All right, cool.
So what's
your thoughts
your
on the
take
game?
from man?
I mean, it was ugly, but I mean, Wilson was dreadful, no doubt about it. What's really pissing me off is, all the narratives out there acting like no one else threw an interception that day. All my buddies coming up to school, 4 picks. My friend who's a Bears fan, fan, came up to me. It's like, bro, at least my guy can get on the field, and Fields didn't play well either. But that's besides the point. Yeah, Wilson was dreadful, but this is why I wanted him playing immediately. He's gonna learn from this. He's gonna grow from this. And I'm really looking forward. Every rookie does awful against New England. I mean, Sam saw ghosts against New England. Herbert didn't score a point against New England last year. Like, it's just what happens. And I get, New England wasn't like sending the house or doing these different looks and whatnot. But at the same time, get it out of the way, get this done. It sucks that it had to happen in the home opener. That's for sure. Sucks that they're 0-2 right now. But he's gonna learn from this. He's gonna get in the film room, and he's going to be better, no doubt.
So what's your level of confidence in the coaching staff to, just kind of get Zach Wilson back on the right track and, in the film room, diagnose like what he did wrong and, just execute a solid game plan this week?
I mean, I'm decently confident in the coaching staff because, they're highly talented. I mean, they're not proven. Everyone's, young and new.
Nobody's
and,
proven.
Inexperienced. So, I have, benefit of the doubt. The guy who really impressed me is John Benton, the offensive line coach, because he's also doubles as a run game coordinator. And the amount of growth from week 1 to week 2 in both aspects, the O-line and the run game, was surprising. It was surprising. Ridiculous. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, and I mean, I don't think LaFleur's been great. I think, once the run game gets going, use it more. So then, the Patriots are going to stack the box more and Wilson's going to have to beat them deep. I wish we could see more of that. I hated the 3 straight run calls in the red zone. That was ridiculous. I swear to God, and of course it's up the middle, which just from the last 2 years, it's just up the middle.
It was like they were scared to let him throw another pick at that point.
And I don't blame them.
They had him with like kid gloves on.
Yeah, the third pick in the red zone was ugly. I literally thought, I'm like, all right, third down. This is a run. This is a pass play right here. Probably gonna be a pick, and I was right, unfortunately. But I give the coaching staff the benefit. You got to give everyone the benefit of the doubt at the end of the day. They're all inexperienced. They're all young, but they're here for a reason because they have tremendous upside. People God.
You're Hollywood, man.
Yeah, man.
How?
You're killing it right now.
I don't
stop.
Jose said you're Hollywood, man. Big time.
Yeah, but like I said, Wilson was dreadful, but the defense I think was tremendous. I know we're kind of getting a little bit worried of Douglas's class in 2020, but the 2021 class is already looking like, it's great to actually see the rookies playing, unlike last year. Gase wouldn't play them where they're all injured. Because I mean, look what you got in the secondary. MC's, Michael Carter the second, Mike Carter, the running back, Brandon Eccles, they've been really good. Moore, I think, can be good. AVT looked better. You got guys like Pinnock and Marshall who are inactive currently, but hopefully they can make some sort of an impact eventually. And Guidry from last year, Douglas has made a lot of, kind of low level moves, like, late round picks. JFM, that was, I think, one of his moves, like a waiver claim. That's been tremendous. So like, he just needs to be able to hit on, more of his higher round draft picks. Hopefully the guys can actually stay healthy. But yeah, so that's a positive sign you can see. And, the defense in general just much improved. We could actually defend the short game and stuff like that.
And what's so crazy is all those cornerbacks are late round picks.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't normally expect guys to come in and be able to contribute the way they have. So that's either they're really good players and they're getting coached up really well, and that's what I love. So now we got to stand and bless Austin while we let Bless Austin go, because the guys behind them were more talented. So.
And the thing is too, like you look at Saleh's teams in San Francisco, they never had elite cornerbacks. Richard Sherman was good; he was a bit past his prime, but there's not that Jalen Ramsey, that Jair Alexander in there. So maybe we can move forward with these guys. Am I overreacting to what they've done so far against not the best guys?
No.
Yeah, but let's say they keep improving. Maybe you don't have to invest, an extremely high pick in a cornerback.
I mean,
do you think, real quick, do you think it's an indictment at all on on Mekhi Becton as far as like the offensive line playing better, having a ground game with Moses in there at right tackle, Fan at the left side, or is that just the match?
Well, it wasn't just Becton playing bad; it was the whole line was terrible against Carolina. So I mean, I know a lot of people are getting worried about Becton. That injury sucked because he had the injuries last year, but he got rolled up on. It's a freak injury. I'm not ready to panic on him. He was a really good left tackle last year, and it sucks that he's hurt. Hopefully he'll be back. But
what about his whole summer though? Like he really did have a good summer.
Like,
you know what I'm saying? He was getting, we were counting 3 to 4 sacks every day in practice.
But didn't he not have a great summer the year before? Didn't he have a rough camp the year before?
He wasn't bad. He wasn't bad when he was going against Jenkins. I mean, he didn't have a bad summer his first year, but he was really having a bad summer, and he kind of showed on the field.
We missed OTAs too.
I think with Moses coming in, to me, at that point, our line has played better. It solidified the line. Anyone notice that? Like he's
I
think
Fant's more comfortable on the left side than the right side.
No, he's not. Like
he didn't sound like it during. He didn't sound like it during the week.
Yeah, he said.
Yeah, I thought he looked pretty good, but like he even said
I thought he preferred playing on the left side.
Yeah, no.
You would think he would want the opportunity.
Yeah, he played well, but he said it himself that
I must have missed that.
I forget the quote. It was something like a pitcher pitching with his other hand or something like that.
Other hand, yep.
That was the
I
quote
saw
he
that.
gave,
I thought he was mentioning that's what it's like playing on the right side. Oh, okay.
No, but you know what's so crazy? He's so
athletic. He played good though.
Yeah, he's so athletic, man. Yeah, he played really well. Yeah, absolutely. Listen, to me, he played better on the left side than he did on the right side the first game.
Oh, he was dreadful.
They were running by him, bro. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
and, you know what I'm saying? And Tucker as well, man. And no one talked about him. He improved a whole lot. Like I said.
Well, the O-line, too, a lot of their issues week one were just assignments and stunts and all that.
Yep, exactly.
Ryan Burns was coming off the line free. So that's credit to John Benton getting that stuff figured out.
Yeah, absolutely. Because that's what it was. There was stunts. Like the guy was getting passed and was nobody there to catch him. So, yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So overall right now, just like last question, like overall, like you're feeling as a fan right now, like heading into these last 15 games of the year, like are you optimistic that this is going to get better, like that this is the low point and that they're going to be able to figure this thing out sooner rather than later, or is it going to be just a long miserable year?
I don't think it's going to be a long miserable year. I think I was kind of overrating the team in the win column. Like I think we might be more that 5 to 6 and that 6 to 7 range, something like that. But I hopefully competitive football. The defense looked good finally. You need Wilson to play better. Next week is gonna be brutal. That Denver defense is just phenomenal. Their secondary is absurd. Yeah. So, having Chubb out's gonna help. But hopefully Atlanta, he can be really comfortable. Their defense is terrible, so that could be a good comfortable matchup for him. He needs to improve on it. He needs to have a clean game. He hasn't had a game obviously without a pick yet, so he needs to get that dealt with. It's definitely obviously the transition from, college to NFL. He threw a lot of contested catches in college because this guy simply wouldn't separate, and he played a lot of hero ball just because he kind of had to. He's got to learn to take what the defense gives you, because when you get the boring stuff, the short stuff, the deep stuff will open up. So Wilson's got to be better, but so far the team hasn't been encouraging, but individual performances have been encouraging.
Yeah. I'll take a boring win over exciting loss in the day of the week, bro.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I'll take a shootout loss. I'll take
I want to win.
I'll take a shootout. This year, considering like we're probably not playing for the playoffs, I'll take the shootout loss over like the 10-13 win or whatever it is, something like that.
I'd rather lose with Wilson playing well.
I want to see my quarterback build confidence.
Win with Wilson not playing very well.
Does anybody feel like we're overreacting for week 2 though? Like, are we overreacting for week 2? Because we've seen progression from
me personally.
My
frustration comes as a season ticket holder. As far as somebody that's thrown so much money and time into this team, going to all the games. Like I never missed any games, and just thinking about the possibility, I already have 7 more games that I got to go to, And you know,
the things you guys are saying,
by October,
Don't
you
sound
can't
so
even
excited,
sell your
Prime
tickets for like
Time.
half their worth. It's like,
Yeah,
you know,
don't
you wonder
don't
why you're
sound
still a season
excited.
ticket holder. Sometimes.
Yeah, and the
but-
stuff you guys are putting out, I've never been to MetLife, but it sounds like it's a complete disaster with the traffic and everything.
Trying to get in the stadium, trying to buy concessions, trying to get out of the stadium, especially even if you leave early. Like you can leave early, you can leave right after the game. It doesn't matter. It takes you at least like an hour to get out of that parking lot. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So,
hey, man.
Leas, great catching up, man.
Only get up from here.
Hey, good,
Let's hope,
call,
man.
bro.
Be good, man.
Hey, take care, guys. Have a good night.
Bro.
All right, have a good night.
All right, good night, bro.
All right, moving right along. All positive calls tonight. This is good. We needed this. Feeling better. All right, we got Jets Unleashed.
All right.
Yo,
how
man,
you guys
what's going
doing?
on? How are you, man?
How are you?
Doing well, man. And crazy game. Never expected that game, Patriots, but this next week's game, man, it's gonna be brutal for us. It's definitely gonna be brutal, I believe.
So no confidence level in the coaching staff to make some adjustments during the week, get things back on track. Think it's gonna take a while.
What? No, I don't think. I do have a little concerns about the coaching, but that's just going against this Broncos team. They've been lighting it up. They've been killing it. You know, the 2-0. And to be honest, if you looked at the roster is stacked. Going back to the safeties, to CBs, to linebackers, they're just the only reason why they're not like a Super Bowl contender is because of the QB situation. And so, go ahead, Tyson.
No. What I was gonna say is, but like, aren't you a little optimistic about us improving from like how we improved so much vastly from week 1 to week 2? You think that, you know what I'm saying? Like the coaches really got to play his ears and they're gonna keep improving every week. Like, you know, I mean, I know Denver is a good team, but
yeah, there's going to be improvement and all, but this team hasn't been able to consistently move the ball, move the ball down the field and be able to get points, and especially against this Broncos team. It's going to be hard for us to do that because this is a top defense, and this is going to be the hardest defense we placed this year so far, especially for Wilson, especially coming from a bad game. I know he's going to regroup and all that, and it's going to be a new game, new thing, and I'm just hoping that this coaching could just help him with this next game coming up. You know, try to do. You know, we haven't seen more on a. They haven't tried to give more of the zip or the what's it called, the when they motion more and they just give it to him. Trying to
in the
remember
round,
the
like
yeah,
in
the end
round
round, so
desperation.
anything like that. They haven't done anything as that to try to confuse the defense as well. So it's gonna be interesting.
Curious, what were your thoughts like just on the overall approach to the fourth quarter? Like, were you disappointed that there wasn't any kind of up tempo or sense of urgency to try and score some points there and get back in the game, or you think they just wanted to get Zach Wilson?
To be honest, I just wanted okay, it was a bad game, but we need to try to build something for the next game, because next game it's not gonna be easier. It's gonna be a lot harder. So it's easy. It'd be easier to build now, and you could say, okay, we have this bad. But look at the end, we started doing good, and you have to build off it for this next week coming up.
Yeah, I feel you now.
So it's gonna be a long one for me, I believe, for this week. But you know what? Hey, we're in a rebuild. It sucks to say it, and it's
feel good about the defense at least, as far as Mosley and Marcus May,
defense have been. Like you said, I believe yesterday, Palmtech, if you were to tell me that going into this season, that our defense is the last concerning part of our team, a lot of us would not believe you. It's a huge. These CBs are playing lights out. It's just amazing how things can change in a season. So go ahead.
Well, also listen, man. Listen, week 1 we threw the ball pretty well. Week 2 we ran the ball pretty well. Let's just hope that we can do both in one game. I mean, listen. Like at the end of the day, I think that we're going to improve each week. I think that we have the right kind of coaching staff that's gonna make these guys get better every week. So I think we have to have a little bit of patience as well. It's hard from where we're coming from, but I feel like we're in better hands than we were last year, just by the improvement we saw from the O-line. We watched our O-line last year suck for a whole year. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now we're watching the O-line improve week after week after week. So we can start doing this on a regular basis. You know what I'm saying? We'll be okay. So, but we'll discuss Friday's breakdown Friday. But, I mean, like, listen, we got a chance, bro. Like, listen, we do. If our quarterback plays up to par and plays well, you know what I'm saying? I feel like we can beat anybody. Our defense can fight with anybody. You know what I'm saying? You know, it
What?
wasn't.
Our
It was.
defense was able to show it.
Yeah,
I don't know about
absolutely.
that. I don't think a fight with
I mean,
anybody.
not any. Okay, well, let me with over half the league. Let me calm down.
I was
The
gonna say
Kool-Aid
you see some top 10
the
offenses,
Kool-Aid
some
was
top 10 quarterbacks, some number 1 wide receivers. I think that's gonna give us some issues. But for right now, for what they've gone up against, they've handled their business. So you give them credit where it's due.
yeah.
And they might just and they might like gave like 1 or 2 like plays, but that's to be expected. Defense can't hold a full team. Like there's going to be some plays where they're going to be able to get by and BS, like Dennison and then the one back from the Patriots. So there's going to be plays like that. You can't stop it.
And it's not like Denver has this immaculate offense that's putting up 40 or 50 points, man. So like I said, man, we had to stop beating ourselves. Like, I mean, like we're not seeing a lot of penalties. You know what I'm saying? I think that roughing the passer penalty was some bullshit, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
But it seems like whenever we play the Patriots, it's always that 1 or 2 calls that never go our way, that should go our way.
Never.
You know what I'm saying?
It's always our history, man.
Go the Austin Safarian Jenkins ones.
That one was just so.
Gonna fucking piss
and that fumble,
off.
that fumble, bro, that fumble one was kind of. That fumble was kind of too.
But man, I was just
great talking to you.
Yep, good talking to you. Go Jets.
Yep.
All right.
Huh?
Peace. Let's say you have one more thing you want to add, or?
Oh.
You good? All right.
All right.
All right. Quick comment here from Trevor. Does it ever get concerning to you guys how the Jets never set their goals for the Super Bowl or the playoffs? It's always the bare minimum that they strive for. I'll be honest, like, yes, it gets frustrating feeling like we've been in this rebuild forever. Especially somebody like myself, like who goes to every game. We invest a lot of time doing the show, covering the team. Like we're at all the events. Like, it does get exhausting after a while. But for the guys that are here right now, like Joe Douglas, Saleh, Zach Wilson, none of them have anything to do with the past. So you try to separate it. You try to give them a clean slate and an opportunity to prove what they could do, time to install their program, get their guys, get comfortable, develop chemistry and all that. But again, just from the fan perspective of who's been in this for so many years in a row, yeah, it's frustrating. Absolutely.
Yeah. What's up, number one? What's up, nephew? But I'm gonna say the same thing. I mean, like being a Jet fan is hard, But at the end of the day, we all love this team, and like for the first time for me in a long time, I can say that I can actually see some of the stuff that's going in the right direction. I mean, do I want us to be 10-1, or what I'm saying, I have a winning record or make the playoffs or be there every week or be a successful organization? Absolutely. I love this team and I've given this team a lot. This team always seems like it breaks my heart, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, man, like where we're getting there. Like I understand that, it's about preaching patience, but we've been in this rebuild for like 6 years. So, your patience is almost getting thin, but at the same time, I just feel like, for the first time as a Jet fan, you have to say that, listen, we are definitely better than what we were, a few years ago. You have to say
not saying much, but
I mean,
can't get much worse from the last 2 years, man. Can only go up from there. But we're gonna close out the show with our good friend back with Crenshaw in his title, coming off a loss. What's up, Jose?
What's up, what's up with you, man?
What up?
What's going on with you?
The child wanted Crenshaw. They got Crenshaw.
Crenshaw is back, baby.
Which means they got chaos.
That's what we want. They want chaos. We haven't had chaos all night. It's been all calm, all patient. So I figured
everybody
you'd be the
positive.
perfect one to close out the show.
Pick up Jose to kill it.
I was hoping Tyson would be here so I could call him out, but he's not here. But I'll call him out anyway. So
call him out anyway. We'll make sure he finds out.
Tyson?
Yes, sir.
Tyson? Almost 2 years ago to the day, it'll be 2 years in October, when the Jets lost to the Jaguars. You wanted Adam Gates and Joe Douglas fired. Now that Adam Gates coached himself out of a job, Joe Douglas seems to get a pass from you. Well, Not for me. Because here's the thing. The 2020 draft was shit.
It was absolute dog shit.
He traded away all the blue chip players he had. Robbie Anderson, gone. Jamal Adams, gone.
We'll take the 2 first-round picks, though.
Yeah, me too.
Chucky, gone. And good riddance to
listen,
Chucky.
Jose. I mean,
Let me finish.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me finish. Was it Leonard Wilkerson?
Little Williams.
God.
Leonard Williams, not Muhammad Wilkerson.
Leonard Williams.
Yeah.
Leonard Williams. I'm sorry, Leonard Williams. Gone. Another defensive end that you sent to the Seahawks. I can't remember his name right now, but he left.
We sent someone
Gone. Not
defensive end.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Couldn't have been anybody that good.
Yeah, it wasn't. But he's gone.
I was say we haven't had any good defensive ends.
He's out of there enough.
Other than Leonard Williams, who blossomed after he left.
No!
Leonard Williams, yeah, all the guys.
That's who it was. It was Sheldon.
Sheldon Richardson, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Sheldon Richardson.
Oh, that was before. Yeah, that was before.
Was it?
Yeah, that was Mac.
I apologize.
But Jose, listen, we're actually comfortable with the moves we had to make. You know what I'm saying? We're comfortable with that. Listen, I mean, at the end of the day, Jamar had to go because he wanted to go. What's my man name?
Marcus May.
No. Marcus not going
about to be gone.
No, I mean, I hope not.
Probably
but I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, yeah, we don't
You
get
guys-
a contract. But Leonard Williams, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was on a big contract. They didn't want to really give him the money he deserved. So I understand that as well. But,
All right.
Who are they giving the money to? They didn't want to pay Leo.
Tyrone.
They didn't want to pay Jamal. So, like, who you paying?
Tyrone.
All the free agents they brought in
bro.
sucked too.
Tyrone, I'm going to need you to put the Kool-Aid down for a minute and listen.
Get him.
Listen to logic. What has Joe Douglas gotten with that money he saved? Carl Lawson, Keelan Cole, and what?
Corey
That's
Davis.
it.
Corey Davis. That's
Corey
probably the
Davis.
one guy
Corey
that's actually
Davis.
like playing well right now that we signed in free agency.
That's it.
and Moses.
That's
and
it.
Moses.
Your
Throw
rookie
Moses in
quarterback.
there.
Your rookie quarterback is getting killed, losing his confidence. I'm not going to shit on him because 2 of those picks were not his fault. The first and the third one were the second you got to catch. I didn't see the fourth. I had changed it by then.
I don't blame you.
It was either that or break a wall. And my Seahawks didn't help. I busted open my knee
Oh no!
watching that game.
How did that happen?
There's a piece of wood on my chair that
Try
I
to snap
hit.
it over your knee?
My knee hits it.
Ah,
My
So
knee
you
hits it.
So Jose, really you a
Seahawks.
Jet fan at heart because you know what I'm saying. You know, you're getting hurt watching us play. But listen, Jose.
No, that happened with the Seahawks.
At the end of the
That
day,
happened
bro.
with the Seahawks. Yeah.
Okay, I'm listening.
all right.
ahead.
So Jets can't take blame
Hey,
for that.
listen.
Then.
No,
Bro, at the end of the day, like, why keep some of these players if you're not gonna contend? It's gonna be a while before we start winning.
Because
So,
you gotta keep them to get better.
Yeah, but if you got a cancer in the locker room, you know what I'm saying? That's what happens. You know what I'm saying? Your man came in and sold us dreams, bro. Yo, I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna turn this franchise around when things got
You
hard. He's
wanted
ready
to
to
be
go.
there.
Huh?
I don't get
Robbie wanted to be here.
He,
Jamal wanted to go, bro. Jamal
wanted his money. Jamal wanted his money. That's what he wanted.
Exactly. Blame Joe Douglas for that one too. Shout out to Joe Douglas.
Those negotiations didn't start out, with a whole lot of animosity. It seemed like he actually wanted to be here, but then something kind of broke down along the way. And
Joe, car salesman Douglas.
Oh man.
Hey, PT.
Yeah, go ahead.
PT, congrats on the writing gig, man.
I appreciate that, man. Really appreciate that.
Hey, are you still gonna coach high school baseball?
For now, I am still employed as a teacher. If this eventually leads to, full time, then, I would leave teaching. I would still try and coach if I can and, volunteer around if I can, but we'll see what happens.
So do me a favor and watch my last YouTube video I posted. I told a horror story about my high school baseball coach that you will not believe. So
I'll definitely check that out.
Everyone, go check that out. Keep patient. Stay patient with Zach Wilson and Salah, but Joe Douglas.
Joe Douglas brought them in. Wait, hold on. You can't end it like that. You can't say to preach patience with those two guys after you just spent the whole call ripping Joe Douglas, who brought them in.
Hey, listen, he's being honest, yo. Absolutely, Jose.
We either got to trust the whole thing. We either got to trust the whole thing, or we can't trust any of it.
Now, let me finish. Joe Douglas started spending the money better and started actually scouting players better. For the love of God, please scout.
Fair enough, man.
Better.
Jose, man.
And with that, guys, I'm out.
Have a great night.
Love you guys.
Hey, love you, bro, man. You be good, all right, bro?
You too.
Yo, everybody check out Jose's last video, bro. We on it, baby.
Thank you, Tyro.
I love you,
be
bro.
Good, man.
PT, love you, man.
Always love, man. Be good. All right. Thank you again to everybody that joined us tonight. Awesome stream. Glad that you guys were able to sound off, bring some rational thoughts to the convo. I know we've been pretty negative on the stream the last 48 hours, but again, like I said in the beginning of the show, that's what the show's about. Monday and Tuesday, we let it all out. Friday, we'll be back with the game preview, hopefully a little more optimistic. Talk to you guys then. Have a great night.
Yeah, have a good one.